right now, this is something amazing that I can't even begin to explain to you. We have bought you everything that you could possibly imagine. We bought you Coogee Rap. We bought you all type of exclusives. But right now, this is probably going to be the most important interview in hip hop. And I need everybody to tune in and pay attention and rewind and listen over again. Right now, I'm not even going to I don't even have the right to like this brother right here. For those that don't know, you need to know, and you're gonna learn today. This is hip hop history, our legacy, one of the founding forefathers of what is going on right now, and everything is going to be explained today. I'm right now in the presence of the God body. My big brother, who I've known since a child, since 13 years old, the God body King Son, otherwise known as Sunborn Allah. Peace to the God.
Peace.
Man, this is amazing
Peace
right
to my
now,
brothers
God.
and
This is
sisters.
amazing.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the earths. Peace to the wilderness of North America and everything outside of that. Peace. But see how the gods say, the God, I'm the God, universal son born Allah, otherwise known as King Son, the rapper.
My bad, huh?
See, the rap don't matter. That's what they don't understand, Biggs. The rap don't matter. That's something we learned. But like we also with the rap around the same time when we got the knowledge of rapping, we got the knowledge of self at the same time. So it's what did you take serious? Did you take the rapping serious? Or did you take that somebody told you the black man was God and you was God and you took that serious? And I'm one of the brothers that took the God, the black man is God and your God, I took that serious. So universal sunborn, otherwise known as King Son the Rapper. Let's build, God. How you
That's
been,
peace,
God?
God. I'm man. I've been great ever since I knew that I had a connection to you, and I was waiting on this day patiently.
Yes, indeed.
You know, for those that don't know our history, when I was a kid, at 13 years old, I met the God body on the train, and I, seen him and I was amazed because I'm like watching his videos all the time, and I'm like, that's King's son. You know what I'm saying? And I was with a couple
Indeed.
guys and they was like, no, that's not him. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Why
like,
would he
that's
be
him.
on the train
Exactly.
type of thing?
I'm like, that's him. You know what I'm saying? I walk up to the guy and I start saying, like, yo, guy, you King's son, right? He said the guy was like, true indeed. You know what I'm saying? He started talking to me and start building with me right then. And we had a rapport at that moment. And the guy started, like as a youngin, start talking to me about a lot, hip hop, the industry, different people I was looking up to, and it was just an amazing experience. A year later, just so happened to be, I got knowledge of self. Shout outs to Adu Allah, and I became a part of the nation, and I became a part of the fruit of Allah, and I was helping to serve as I many times told y'all I was doing security for Wu Tang,
Yes,
Rakim, Big
indeed.
Daddy Kane, King's son. Mind you, he was the security. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake when I say that the other guys, peace to all those other guys, but he was with us. The guy was with us. He was like,
Always on
he
the
was in the
square.
trenches with the FOA. So his thing was something different. And from then, our relationship, grew into, I got sidetracked on, unfortunately, another
But
story.
still, God,
But let's go.
no one understand to the brothers and sisters out there that this is a hip hop interview, and don't get it twisted if it goes into knowledge of self, because like the God said, that's my younger brother. Now, when he met me, I got videos on MTV, on BET, on Video Music Box. I got about 10, 20,000 dollars worth of jewelry on my
Jeweled out.
neck, 4-finger rings. But with the guards, like I said, we chose to rock the train. It wasn't about being flossy, celebrity in my 735 IL, gold BBS's, blow pump. It wasn't about that. You jump on the train and you meet people. You see how people really feel about you. You see how people, if they like your video, they don't like your video. See, that's what we got away from now, Big, is that all these goofies think they really talented and they think they're celebrities and they think you cannot come out with an album in 30 days. Not Michael Jackson ain't do it, Prince ain't do it, Rick James ain't do it, the Beatles ain't do it. Whatever you could do in 30 days, it's not worth being done. Oh, well, DMX. No, DMX had album material because of while he wasn't on, he had about 60 or 90 songs. So he was able to produce 2 and 3 albums. And I don't, I don't want to hear, you ain't saying nothing. James Brown said, you talking loud, but ain't saying nothing. With the gods, with hip hop, like the past day, I was with Melly Mel.
Shout out to Mel. Yeah, that's my guy.
Melly Mel is like really the first MC.
Mm-hmm.
And Melly Mel is in his 60s. He's my older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a fanatic. Even though I battled Melly Mel and Kaz in 1987. I battled Grandmaster Melly Mel and I battled Grandmaster Kaz in the New Music Seminar.
Wow.
That's how I became an MC. I had to battle the gods, and my arms wasn't too sharp.
No doubt.
But these gods were from the Pelon, the Bronx. For y'all that don't know, Pelon is the Bronx. As we move on in the interview, you will learn what each borough's name is. Okay, so Mel and Kaz are from the Bronx. And I'm from the Bronx. I was born in Paterson, New Jersey. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Paterson. We call Paterson Patmos. But also, as the degree manifests, Pelon, same as Patmos, which Pelon is the Bronx. So I'm also from, as I grew up in Paterson, I grew up in the Bronx. But I choose to represent and manifest Pelon. It's still a place where the devil was manufactured, but that's where I got hip hop from. The Flash, the Modis, Theodores, Fantastic. I had an extensive view to hip hop because I lived it. 1845 Cedric. I know my cousin Pebbles and Man, they watch it like, oh, he shouted us, but that's where I got it. And that's where I got knowledge itself from. So, with that being said, I'm with Melly Mel the past day. And it, Ice-T and Tretch, they got a weed dispensary in Jersey City. So everybody was out there. You go out there to support and everything. And it's like, I'm out there, man. And whenever I'm with Melly Mel, I'm still like a fanboy. Even though he talking to me. And Mel and Ice-T and Mick Benson, they call me Jeweler. Jeweler, which is my graffiti name. See, I'm real hip hop.
Absolutely.
My graffiti name is Jeweler. So Melly Mel, like, yo, Jeweler, and he's talking to me. And he's chilling with me as if I grew up with this man. I was about 10, 11 years old when I heard this man. Melly Mel was our Rick James, our Michael Jacksons, the whole Furious Five. But they treat me Mel, Kaz, Raheem, and DLB, Kumo D. They treat me like I'm one of the forefathers. But I came after Karis One, Shan, Bismarck, Rakim. I'm from the Kane school. I'm from the Public Enemy school, in which for you guys to learn, you got old school and you got ill school, and then you got new school. So all that late 80s, early 90s, that's ill school. That's your Nas's, your AZ's, you feel me? Your
That's when it
Kane's.
started
Even
first
though
shifting.
G-Rap is a little older, G-Rap is always the exception to the
Yeah.
rule. Don't mess with G-Rap, cause
Yeah.
that
Shout
shout out to
G-Rap.
Abdul.
Yeah.
That's the God, that's my brother. But
Peace. Much love.
yeah,
to
God, you feel me? But like I said, like with Melly Mel, God, on the way to the interview, I was listening to some old, this had to be like 1980, 81. Melly Mel said something, I'm about to show you, he said something about, I'm about to show you cats how it goes. I'm as sharp as a thorn on the stem of a rose. I said, whoa. He said that in like 81, 82.
Wow.
I'm as sharp as a thorn on the end of on the stem of a rose.
Stem of a rose.
I was like, damn. I had to call him. He answered. Yo, Mel, you should. And when you go back and see, that's the thing about hip hop or rap. You know, everybody, all these, I ain't gonna even name no names on all these little young goofies, and I'ma just call y'all goofies. You're not talented. Your music ain't dance worthy. You ain't really saying nothing.
Yeah.
If it's about you getting fellatio, if it's about you using or taking a drug or drinking or killing another black man, you're not saying nothing. Acknowledge me.
Absolutely.
But when you listen to a Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, The Show, yo, I was going downtown, word, all alone. I'm on the D train. You was on that train with him when you heard that song, wasn't you? You was on. I sat beside her. She went raw. Tony the Tiger. Hip hop is what, Big, you know. Hip hop was our outlet, but it also gave us an identity to be you.
Yeah.
If you came out, a lot of cats don't know. Remember them Christian Dior hats that look like Kangos?
Of course.
Those are women's rain hats. It's a woman's hat. Somebody in hip hop said, I'm going to rock this with some brown Royal Polkas and some leaves, and it became hip hop. Hip hop gave us our individuality. Hip hop gave us our independence. Do you think Felines made their sweatsuits for us or their sneakers?
No.
That was tennis apparel. Whether it was Alpo, Rich Porter, Bismarck, somebody bought the whole outfit and the kicks, went to a party. Yo, that's hot. And then, the biters come along. Like nowadays, they say you a hater. In my day of hip hop growing up, you was a biter. You hate me so once you bite me. That's why DJs used to cover up the labels on their records. I don't want you biting my breaks. Don't bite my rhymes. Don't bite my style. That's why cats would get with the lead patches. You would have some funky fly gear you ain't want nobody to know. So you would take the lead patch off your leaves and sew it on this. So they think you got leaves. While they still looking for it, you still funky fresh. Bill, God.
Yeah, man, I just love it all. Again, there's so much we have to elaborate on.
Get to
So
the meat,
to
man. Get
show
to
you
what they want
how
to hear.
in sync we are, the first question I had was, "Who is King's son?" He already answered that, so you can rewind and hear him the breakdown on that. The second question I had was, "Where are you from?" He broke that down already, so just to show you how in sync me and the God already are. Um, let's get to, how did you find the nation of gods and earth? How did you become a part of that?
Well, like I said, I was birthed into the nation from birth because my father was the sparring partner of Muhammad Ali. And I
Wow.
was just showing these brothers across the street because
Wow.
they had, the little t-shirt hat store and the dude telling me bow. So they got a t-shirt up there that said the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali. So I said, yo, up until from birth until the age 7 or 8, I was raised by that man. Oh, Muhammad Ali. So I went into my phone and showed them my birth certificate. But on my birth certificate, it says father's profession. It says Cassius Clay's sparring partner.
I didn't know
You
that,
got the phone?
nobody.
Bring it up, though. Bring it up before I can show the guy
Yeah.
so they can bear witness.
Mhm.
Now, on my birth certificate in 1967, Cassius Clay's sparring partner. He already was in the Nation of Islam, but it was a certain type of people. I was in a Jewish hospital. They was against him at the time. So they didn't put Muhammad Ali, they put Cassius Clay. So my father was Ali's sparring partner. My father's name was Melvin Mojo Turnbow out of Cincinnati. He was Ali's sparring partner. Where he was in New Jersey, came out the war, he was in New Jersey. At my mom's, at the time, Ali was coming back and forth to Paterson, New Jersey for Reuben Hurricane Carter, which is the Denzel
Yeah,
movie,
the movie. Yeah.
Hurricane. That was a true story. And rest in peace to my mother. My mother ran numbers. My mother was a part of the number racket in Pats. So, it's like, the numbers game is what was popping. You know what I mean? So my mother met my pops, introduced him to Ali. He sparring with Ali, bow. And so during the time of my birth, they delegated Muhammad Ali as my godfather. So my government name is under Dennis Vital. My government name is Todd Ramakan, like Farrakhan, but Ramakan Turnbow. So I was born into the Nation of Islam. I was raised, I never ate pork chops, chitlins,
Never.
pork and all that, blah. I
Wow.
might have eaten pork in like byproducts like Oreo
Yeah.
cookies,
Not,
Susie
but not the
Q's,
real. Yeah.
but young.
Yeah.
And Muhammad Ali, whenever he would come to Jersey and all that, he would bring Joe Namath helmets, from the Jets. He would bring me Everlast gloves, and he always used to do this and have me hit his hands. And I remember I saw this on the T-shirt, but I remember he told me this. He said, "Yeah, young man, don't count the days, make the days count." Because I was about 6 years old and I was playing Martin Luther King in a school play. And I had to memorize the whole I Have a Dream speech. First grade, 6 years old. I busted out. If you and anybody that think I'm false advocating, there's Troy Sanford, Janet Reed, Lynn Dunn, a lot of people who I went to school 21 with in the first grade, and they can attest that I did that. So I guess that might have been, you got it? I show big. That's my assistant, Heather Harris.
How you doing,
You know what
Heather?
I mean? Let me see. Now, this is my birth certificate. Wait, I think, boom. Now, look. Now remember, February 23rd. Now remember the father's born day, February 22nd. All right. Now you look right there. Right, you can see my government name, Todd Ramakan
Yep.
Turnbow. What's father's profession?
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay sparring partner.
Wow.
That's my birth certificate. Feel me?
Wow.
So, you know, Layla, you know what I mean? Layla Ali, May May, you know, Muhammad Ali Jr., you know, I know them, we built, they might feel, oh, everybody really. No, I was raised by the greatest of all times. I was raised in Islam. Shout out to Uncle Barney. Shout out to Willie Muhammad and them from, all this is my Paterson, New Jersey, should I say heritage. 11th Ave, 24th Street. 24th Street between 11th and 12th Ave. But that's where I grew up with Islam. So as I went back and forth from Jersey to the Bronx, in the Bronx, I would get the black man is God. So it wasn't like, oh, I ain't run away from it. And I was like, oh, yo, we already Islam. And I'm like, what does that have to do with Islam? It's still Islam. Introduce you to the father, Clarence 13X Smith. Okay. And being young, that's what I chose at the age of 13. But when I chose to become a 5% God body or said person that ability, I stayed with it. Now, what you might know, and we see a lot of brothers, you get a righteous name, and now you still that same person. Maybe you don't eat pork, but you're still that same person. But you're not building. Me, I got a cousin out there named Knowledge Born Mustafa, my cousin Rennie. He was from Queens, but everybody would tell you, oh, Rennie from Patterson. Now I was born from Patterson. No, he's from Queens. But, you know, that's how life used to be. It's like, you know, our families wasn't 9 to 5s. So it's like you in Jersey and you safe. Then when things happen to your parents or whatever, now you gotta go back to New York. Which now you in New York, you got a whole abundance of things that you learn. Number running, trains, graffiti, all that, you know. So myself and Knowledge Born, we both been on that. And that's really like that's really like the only person that I really build with in Paterson, New Jersey. Other than Natural Born, King Civilized, King Supreme, Supreme Just Born, Be Just. Other than them gods, and it's about 5 to 6 real builders. Other than that, I can't claim it, and I don't. Now up in the Bronx in P-Lawn, I got Life Supreme, I got Shamel, I got Dark Kim, I got Foundation, I got the God Foundation, Absolute, I got Rakim, Ra Lavelle. I'm gonna go on and name all the gods, you know, the twins
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
everybody.
Yeah.
You feel the twins, they other brothers. You feel me? And it's like that's my whole cipher, God. You feel me? So it's like, and we live and breathe mathematics, whether we wrong or right. Whether we argue, we ain't gonna never, you know, go through it like that, but we're gonna debate, God. We're gonna go through warm currents and cold currents, and some currents gonna be swift and changeable. But you're gonna still be my brother, Big, and that's what we taught you, and that's what you already know.
Absolutely. That's exactly
You've
what
been
I
at the
was taught.
school.
Yes.
That's why I said
Raised there.
the school is in disarray right now, because you know what? Remember, firstborn Prince used to tell the guards this when something they couldn't figure out. He said, yo, leave it, God. Let the babies figure it out. We them babies, God.
Yeah.
But now we the elders.
Yeah.
We the Shashas, the Kaleems, the
Yeah, that
Dumars.
quick. Yeah, that quick. Yeah.
You feel me? Real quick.
No doubt, yeah.
And what is what have we done? What are we
Where
doing?
we
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
So I put a build out today on this Culture Freedom Month, Wisdom Cipher Day, which is Easter, the resurrection of Christ, allegedly. I put the build out. Me and the what they call the Muslim gods, we about to resurrect 5% nation, yeah? Like it or not. And there's two things that we do not waste time on. Do you know that? We will not set up home and wait for a mystery God to bring us food. We ain't gonna wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can a Muslim reform the devil? The degree says no. You see me running around with little Heather. She's German. She Caucasian. Oh, well, a God, why he running with a devil? But see, when you acknowledge that degree, God, it says, unless,
Yes.
unless you born to reform that devil back. But how long is that going to take, God? 600 years. We don't got that time. So the prophets agreed. We remove the devil rather than striving to reform them. But you can reform devil. Allah's God. We could do that. So for all the brothers out there and all you little backsliders and the old guy, he got a white wife, he running around with a Caucasian. Either bear with me or miss me. I'm the real deal. I'm not one of them rap gods. I'm not one of them gods that I'm a rapper. I take building first. I do this first before I care anything about being a billionaire like Jay-Z or running around on tour like Wu-Tang or yelling and jumping and using profanity like Busta Rhymes or sounding ignorant like Lord Jamar. I'm true and living God. I can manifest everything within my square, which is the day's mathematics.
I want to build with on that so much,
Bill,
but let's
God.
get
Bill,
so
God,
much
it's
we got to
God.
hear.
We
All
here,
right, so I do got to ask you this. So this is one thing that I love what you just said. So this is something how I see it, and I would want your understanding on it.
Right.
So my understanding is when we're dealing with the so-called Caucasian, the divine evil. My thing is that who created them? You know, where did they come from? You know, there there is no there are no Caucasians that are without Israelite blood. There are no Caucasians that the original man did not
The,
create.
the the grafted man,
They're just a weakly
days
grafted
mathematics is wisdom cipher, all being born of
to
wisdom.
wisdom.
Who is the colored man? The colored man is the Caucasian white man or Yaakov's grafted devil. White man of the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But see, where with no disrespect to the Caucasian race, is if you really look at Caucasian, it's a mutation of an original person. It's you have to distract. You have to distract. Pardon me. It's
Mm-hmm.
past that
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to have. I'm hearing that. Pardon me for that, y'all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the Caucasian race is a mutation of the original man. We know whenever you acknowledge the Bible, it's like you can just read the Bible, where it took place, what happened. If all this took place in Africa and all this took place in Egypt and all that, it's melanin. It's hair like that of a lamb or wolf.
Yeah.
It's feet and skin of bronze.
Yeah.
That's the original man. Adam and Eve, original. So when Jacob was born with the determined idea to make a people that would be unalike, so he has to distract. Not distract. He have to abstract everything what makes you righteous and civilized. He have to take all that out in order to make this person. But What was so strong and ill about Jacob is why was he successful in all his undertakings? Because the people who were his followers followed his laws regardless. Jacob didn't build prison homes for his followers. If one fell a victim to the law, what was the penalty? Death. And this was enforced on everyone who fell a victim. We don't do that. So when you look and see, oh, the white man got his foot on my neck, the white man doing this, the white man, because that's what he was taught to do.
That's his job.
That's his nature.
Yeah, it's nature, yeah.
So if he's still being successful in doing that, who messing up? The devil or you? Now, when you want to run around and you want to talk about the grafted devil, I ask you, Bigga, what's the worst devil? Who is the worst devil?
Self.
A black devil.
Self.
The devil that you allow, that looks like you, the devil you allow to come amongst you. Oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's my man. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's that. Look at and I'm gonna say this, man, because I ain't got no filter on my tongue. Look at 50 Cent. Look at Rick Ross. Big Meats. How do y'all see that for real, for real? 50 Cent, however much money he got. Rick Ross, however much money you got. These are two black men debating and arguing over 85%. Shout out to Big Meats. He a cool dude. Him, Meats, Terry, and them. Shout out to them. They arguing who gonna put them on, who snitching, who this, who that. Why y'all wasting all this time, man? And y'all two men with millions arguing over the next dude. That's feminine, bruh. Why 50 Cent and Rick Ross ain't putting y'all money together and building nothing for black people? Why y'all not getting black radio? Why y'all not getting black TV stations? Acknowledge me. And everybody that's acknowledging me, whether 50 acknowledging it or Rick Ross acknowledging it, I don't care for none of y'all because y'all 85%. All the millions y'all got cannot compete with the knowledge of self that I got, brother. See, because do the knowledge. As long as I'm respected, as long as I'm depicted as the God King's son, devils ain't gonna like me. 85% ain't gonna like me. I don't care. Because when that day come, when I gotta return to the essence, when the day come that 50 gotta return to the essence, and Rick Ross gotta return to the essence, we all going back with the same thing we came in the world with. I don't need to run with Jews. I don't need no Caucasian to tell me how to spend my money or where to spend my money or on what car to buy, what European car to buy, or what Gucci to buy, or what liquor I'm trying to sell black people. It's me with that, Big. I'm God body. And I know with all they millions right there, they know who I am. I did this before y'all, man. Leo Cohen used to go get me coffee and sandwiches. And I say that with a straight face. I'm not sure, is it 15 Elizabeth Street between Houston and Bleecker? Tell him, Russell. Tell him, Francesca. Tell him, Big D, Carl Jordan. Tell him who taught us this music game. That's Bill, man.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to ask you right there because we can't leave that out. How did hip hop start for you?
Well, hip hop started because, like I said, I used to go to New York and What first really got me the bug was Spoonie G. But this was Spoonie G. Did you know Spoonie G was an original member of the Treacherous Three?
No, I didn't know.
A lot of cats don't know that. Shout out to Spoonie G, Gabriel. That's the god. But Spoonie was nice, but he always rapped to the girls.
Mhm.
So that's where I got the Hey Love and the rapping to the girls from Spoonie.
It's you, my beautiful undercover lover.
Boop. You feel me? And so it's like from rocking with Spoonie, and other than Spoonie, my first group, even though I knew of Mel and the Furious Five, it was something about the Treacherous Three, Kool Moe Dee, Special K, and the Late Sunshine. That how they rhymed and how they moved got me like, I gotta say them rhymes. But while I would say their rhymes, I developed the ability to put in my own words, but use the cadence of what they're saying. But Mo D, like, and this is no disrespect to the new school or Puff or Brooklyn. Biggie is the greatest rapper of all times. I would really have to disagree. You got to listen to, first of all of Treacherous 3. Then you got to listen to Fearless 4. You got to listen to Furious 5. Just because, Biggie is 90s. If hip hop started in the 70s, you missing 20 years. When you say boxing, Ali was the greatest of all times. Why? Not just the battles he fought in the ring, but outside the ring. That's where that GOAT, greatest of all times, comes from. And even when he was called the greatest of all time, they didn't call it GOAT. Oh, I'm a GOAT. You a GOAT. We a GOAT. We throw black people, man, we are so far back in civilization, man, that it's really pathetic, man. Oh, he's a GOAT. LL's a GOAT. Oh, this one's a GOAT. Oh, that one is a GOAT. What are you weighing? What are you measuring, God? You feel me? Is LL a battle rapper? How many people have he battled? Oh, no, his catalog. Would you say the Beatles are the greatest group of all time? They got a catalog. You won't put Michael Jackson, Prince, and Rick James. Catalog. See what hip hop and what our young black brothers and sisters don't understand? We are being corralled, man. We being told what to think. How you think skinny jeans with your behind out showing your drawers, how you think that became fashion?
Somebody in hip hop.
No, somebody homosexual threw it out there.
Yeah.
It used to be masculine or daring to have a man have an earring in your left ear. When did it become two ears?
Yeah.
Somebody homosexual did that, man, and put that out there. And they used an individual that had a massive following. So I said, yo, bro, why y'all wear? I think I might have asked Puff this. Oh, because two earrings come in the set. Nah, I ain't going for that. So put two earrings in one ear. Puff said, you bugging, Playboy. Shout out to Puff, man. I really hope you get out of that situation you in, man. But I also want to say rest in peace to Big Wolf, Lil Wolf, and the Jones family. Wolf was our man from up top. Co-op City, Section 5, Valley Massive. Bridget.
Definitely my shout out to Wolf.
All right. Leg shot.
Yeah, that was definitely all right. So now you go into hip hop. There is a legend that always was out about you, about the freestyle. Can you elaborate on the legend of the freestyle? They said that you that it was rumored that you did one of your whole albums straight, that you never wrote down anything. This
Nah,
was
I
before
did the first
they
album,
be. This was
Freestyle.
see what I'm talking about. This I'm giving y'all, man.
All right,
Go
let me
ahead,
hit him in the
Godfather.
head. See, the science is,
Get them signs.
right, when now it's like from like Jersey, on the Jersey side, Park Ave and 33rd Street, we used to hang on our block and we had a liquor store. So we never was really, we wasn't, we was like 18, 19, and we wasn't really Hennessy drinkers. We get Wild Irish Rose. And not even like MD 2020. Like, yo, get a $5 bottle of Rosie and we all could drink. But whenever I would drink, I would start rhyming and I would start rhyming off the top. So I'm snapping on cats. And so we all used to smoke weed and we used to drink Wild Irish Rose. Call it bum juice. Call it wino juice. But I bet you one thing, America, why do they still sell it? It's relevant. It's as relevant as Hennessy. And do y'all still drink Grey Goose? Do y'all still drink Belvedere? Amsterdam? See, them liquors go in and out of style. While Irish Rose stays
Stays
funky.
there, yeah, no doubt.
Might not find it anywhere, but anyway, we used to drink Wild Irish Rose, and the gods can attest to this, that whenever I drink it, it's like, oh, the God's son gonna start snapping. I'm gonna go from head to toe.
Yeah.
So, like Dana Dane got the song called Nightmares. I did in front of the gods in '86. I took Nightmares and made a joint called Wet Dreams. So where he was talking about she was ugly, I was in the same cadence, even to the I heard the bling bling bling. He said it was time for homeroom. But I said I was a bling bling bling. She called my telephone. And Dr. Slumber was trying to sex me. And they was like, yo, God, you ill, God, blah, blah, blah. So what happened was, pardon, I go to see Rakim. Eric B., Rakim, Cutmaster DC. Kid and Play at the time was called Fresh Force, and the female group Celebrity Club. This is in '86. Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim just had Assassinate the President. I mean, no, that was my record. We didn't get to that. They had Eric B. for president and my melody. So I go to see them in Patterson. So when I go to see them in Patterson, like I was supposed to go to my DJ house, right? So whenever I go to the DJ house, I drink the Wild Irish Rose. So I had to throw it back. So when I go to my DJ house, his wife said he's not there, but I hear music coming from the basement. So I'm listening. I go down and I'm seeing them perform and everything. And they like, yeah, we gonna show Eric B and Cutmaster DC how we get down. I was like, word. Now I'm already tipsy on the Wild E. So I'm with a female, and I was supposed to smash her. She was bad, and she was older, Puerto Rican joint. So we walk into Pathmark, which is the club is in the same parking lot as Pathmark in Jersey, Patterson. So I look over and I see Cutmaster DC because he had the Afro Jerry curls. So I was like, whoa. So I told Shorty, yo, know what? I'm gonna have to get with you. She was like, well, what you mean? I said, yo, I'm going over here. So I deaded the Shorty. I go over to Cutmaster DC. Yo, peace. Peace, man. So, yo, you Cutmaster DC. I seen you in Union Square and all that. Blah, blah. Yeah, what up, man? He said, you said peace. Is you God? I was like, yeah, I'm the God, Universal Sunborn. Peace. So, boom. So he was like, yo, meet the God, Rakim. So I'm like, kind of shook. It's the God, Rakim. It's '86. Like, yo, peace, God. So what lessons you know? I said, yo, God, just dealing with my alphabets right now, supreme alphabets. I'm already 120 plus.
You're already on the plus side.
So I'm like, yo, God, word? So I couldn't disrespect the God, and it wasn't, a disrespect thing. So then I'm Cut Master DC was like, yo, so you rhyme? So I was like, yeah, man, let me hear something. So I didn't know what to rhyme about, so I started talking to Rakim in the lessons, like if I was building with him, but rhyming. And then I went around the circle, what everybody was wearing. So the owner of the label, Robert Smith, Robert Hill, owns the Kid Records. Yo, pull out the car, come see me on 125th. DC was like, yo, you going off the top of that you make? I said, yeah, man, but it's the Wild Irish Road. So I was like, yo, DC said, yo, when I go on stage, I'm gonna bring you on. I want you to freestyle about everything I'm doing. So I was like, bet. So I go and we do that, and I pop off and I'm off the top with it. So now, like I said, I go and now I'm King Son the rapper. So I had to make up the name. I ain't have a demo, I ain't have no name, no nothing. He gave me the contract and $10,000. I ain't have nothing. I'm 18. I'm keeping this money. But he said, if you don't sign the contract, bring me back the money minus your legal fees. So Robert Hill gave me the opportunity. Yeah, get the contract checked out. If they tell you it's good, that's your advance. Come back. And I had lawyers in the family, and my cousin read it and was like, nah. He said, actually, it's good. He said, make sure it's a real contract because they gave me 10% of retail. Wholesale is like $5 a record. So 10% of wholesale is 50 cents. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Retail, the single sell for $7 a record. So I got 10% of $7, which was 70 cents. So I rocked that. Bow, it was good. So now I got the little record. I made the little Hey Love joint with Art of Noise. Boom bang. So I'm popping. Then Cutmaster DC tells me, yo, you in the new music seminar. I'm like, what's that? Yo, it's a battle with everybody. So we at the Marriott, 46th Street. So 1987, July 87. Y'all know it. So we in the Marriott. I'm like, damn, God. What am I do? So I had to tell a brother I was with, yo, God, go around the corner, got to find that Wild Irish Rose. I'm going to get smoked. The guard went, found the Wild Irish. I chugged it down in the exit. Mm-hmm. I went through the whole seminar, smoking dude, bop, bop, bop. They talking about me. The last cats who I had to battle was who? Melly Mel and Grandmaster Caz. Wow. And I ain't gonna be on my own Divine IC Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Mel, Caz, y'all both know I won.
Wow. That is history right there.
It was politics. So King Son went off the top. I battled Melly Mel and Grandmaster Caz. Ask Mikey D. Lord Finesse. Even Ice-T, I ain't know Ice-T at the time. He was dead. He filmed it. And that's how Ice-T became my brother to this day. Because he gave me my props. So from there, all I had was the single. So now I'm doing the album and Zakiya signed us. We were supposed to be signed to MCA. Because Eric B. and Rakim was Zakiya 4th and Broadway. We established that, right? Mm-hmm. We know that, right? Audience, Zakiya 4th and Broadway. When Robert Hill went to get me on MCA, Eric B. went behind his back and signed Rakim to MCA. Dead my deal. So Zakiya signed me to Profile. And they was like, oh, well, Run DMC, Dana Dane, anywhere, they platinum artists, so anywhere they be, you gonna be. But Profile was a corny label. I ain't got to
I
disrespect
remember Profile.
Corey Robbins. He defecated on a lot of us.
Mhm.
You feel me? When they say, "Oh, you anti-Semitic," and this is one thing I want to say also. If you say something about how a Jewish person treated you or disrespected you, and he's not held accountable for what I'm saying right now. I just want to educate everybody on this. Where if you say something disrespectful or derogatory about a Jewish person, they yell anti-Semitic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the movies we watch where you killing Arabs and you killing Iranians and Yemenis, anti-Semitic means you're disrespectful to Arabic people as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you look up the definition of anti-Semitic, it says being disrespectful to Arabics, Aramaics, and Hebrews. So know that. But I ain't got to disrespect Corey Robbins, but we know how the game goes. So in any case, I signed with Profile. So now while I'm with Profile, no song is good for them. Oh, well, I did 10 songs. Well, I like 3 of those, do another 7. I do 7. Well, I like 2 of those, do another 5. Meanwhile, all these songs are going on the reels. He said he don't like them, but they on the rails. So that means you getting these songs. Everything on that reel you own. Acknowledge me.
Absolutely.
So that was the game.
Yeah, to get you to pull out
Yeah,
more
I
stuff
got
that
so
they
much
have.
material, right? And it's like I gave you 30 songs and you can't choose 10. But getting back to that, that was on Profile.
Mm-hmm.
So D Moet, which was my DJ, because my group's original name is King's Son D Moet. You feel me? So D Moet went to renegotiate his deal when they told him, we don't even need you. We just want the rapper anyway. So D Moet fell back and started just producing. So now I'm King's Son. Now D Moet was not only my DJ, he and E.F. Cutton were my producers. And they was nice with that. So I don't know what to do. So I just started grabbing break beats, going in the studio, and freestyling. And that's how I freestyled that whole XL album.
And that's what I heard. That was the legend of what the 3 that you just confirmed. So now we know. Before Biggie, before Jay-Z.
And I'm gonna keep it real with you, and there's no disrespect to Jay-Z, no disrespect to Biggie. I don't think they did albums off the top.
No, they did.
You
You
know,
know, they
it
did.
wasn't like no yo boom boom. See, cause I can tell you my method.
Mm-hmm.
You hit me with the track. Once we get the track, I'ma make up the chorus. So once I get the chorus made, so now I got the chorus. Once I got the chorus, now I go and I put the filler in. So I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like even what's the white dude named Harry? It's a white dude named Harry something.
Yeah.
He freestyle nice. Like he pops up and go off the top.
I know you talking about it.
Right. He kind of got a gray beard and he's real nice. I always was hoping that I run into him and he didn't know who I was.
Yeah, no doubt.
So he thinks that I'm like a spectator, like,
Yeah.
oh, you freestyle. And then I just get him
Yeah, just
like
get them.
bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, no doubt.
You feel me? Like, hey, remember that time was you with me when we was in Virginia Beach? You don't gotta show it. But remember we was in Virginia Beach on the strip and dude was like he was freestyling and I jumped in and started banging him out. He started calling me a hater. Like, bro, I don't want your money. I'm just saying, you freestyling. Let's go.
During that time,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody look this up, look up the song. It was most of you. This is all education for you. During that time, one of the most controversial songs was the song that you let out called Be Black. Why was that song so controversial?
Well, because I was actually touching base on, like, see, I was, for the past 10 years, I've been in a relationship with a German female.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was still getting flack because my baby moms, my baby mothers, is either Dominican or Puerto Rican. So it's like, you don't like black women. It's like, no, it's not a sign that I don't like black women, but I date the women in the circumference that I'm in. When I met Heather, I'm in Kentucky. There's not a lot of black variety out there, and it's not like I wasn't looking for somebody. Bow. I met her, we met, we was cool, we dated. Now I lived in the Bronx, where it's Dominican and Puerto Rican more than black. So it's like, oh well, you deal with them Puerto Ricans, so I'm never gonna satisfy the black community with my choice of wisdoms, or shall I say moons. But I don't care to, I don't have to. You know what I mean? I once dated an Asian, a Taiwanese female named Lulu. We was cool. Oh, you deal with everything except black. But why is it your business though?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it your business? My man, he with a black girl and they argue and she taking him to court for child support and and whatever. But the science is we teach knowledge and wisdom to all human families of the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the duty of a civilized person.
That song actually turned out to be like a power calling song for black
But if
people.
you knowledge, because I said they say I'm prejudiced because I like red bones, but nowadays original girls are headstrong. Not as a whole, but the majority I know are too busy fronting, trying to be flatto. Now you might hear this and think I'm tripping, but knowledge my wisdom before. No, you might hear this and think I'm slipping, but knowledge my wisdom before you start tripping. As modern day God, I make analysis to find out what makes them hard like calluses. Instead of being sweet, truthful, and soft, they want to be false. And that turns me off. Your hair's not real, neither are your eyes, eyelashes, and your makeup is swine, plus a big disguise. Your clothes are tight. I can see every inch. But then you wonder why I get this urge to pinch. Because you selling me sex without making love. I'm not keep to be sweating you, and that's unheard of. If I got dollars, I'm good for your number. If I look fine, I get a one night slumber. Wham bam. But no thank you, man. You want to knock the boots, but you don't know who I am. This is not a diss to my black sister. And if I screamed on your daughter, then pardon me, mister. The point I make is a visual fact. Teach her to be original
And what it
and how to
means to
be
be
black.
black.
Do that go right now?
Of course.
I made that
Of
song in
course.
1990. It came out in 91. So what we talking, 35 years?
Yes.
So why does it still make sense right now?
Mm-hmm. That's why I had to touch on that.
Controversial. Why does it make sense right now?
Absolutely. So let's fast forward and get to the good
Yeah.
stuff that you want to get to. All right. Now, during that time, somewhere after that, there was an attack from our scene, from it seemed like your generation, the poor righteous teachers, you, you know, even though X Clan, was heavy, but they still, that whole movement of righteous,
Right.
it seemed like got pushed down, and there was an agenda to quiet your music and put out music that was more detrimental to our society.
Not really detrimental, but I know what you're trying to say, and I'm gonna keep the bill like this because
Yes.
I've thrown it out there many
Mhm.
times. It's like when you had, like I said, the Ill School. Ill School is late 80s, early 90s. So you got your Karis ones, you got your Just Ices, your Rakims, your Big Daddy Kanes, your Public Enemies,
Onyx.
your Parishes. You know, Onyx ain't in this one yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
I'm talking about 85, 86, the Rakims, till I want to say 90. That 4 or 5 year span. That, you know, you got even Rob Bass. You know, Rob Bass said he don't smoke weed, don't smoke Buddha, can't stand sex. Yes. MC Hammer dancing, 40 million. That's why we pray. So these young black adults got it together. Public Enemies, the Canes, the Rakims, the Hammers, wherever this hip hop is coming from, they getting it together. So now you had Schoolie D, PSK, you know what I mean? Parkside Hustlers and all that, Parkside Killers. You know, boom, you had Steady B, Cool C, shout out and rest in peace to the Philly mob. You know what I mean? You had Cool G Rap. You had Ice-T, you know, doing the same thing, but on the West Coast style. But they wasn't the major. We all wasn't following that. Knowledge me? So now we grab this group called While Public Enemy is Hot. They saying Mother F. John Wayne. You know, they saying Elvis. They saying Farrakhan. See, really, once they said Farrakhan, that was the nail in the coffin for Public Enemy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So all this righteousness, self-destruction, you ready for self-destruct, stop the violence. We all on it. So let's do this. They went to LA. They found a group. Now remember, we were saying peace. Everything from 85 to 90, whenever that record go off, yo, what happened to peace? Peace, 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 peace. So peace is the absence of all confusion.
Absolutely.
So that unlike man needed confusion to be in this music. So let's get with these cats called niggas with attitude. Niggas with attitude. Oh, we just saying what we see. When we go outside, we see people getting killed. We see people on crack. We see police beating up, bap, bap, bap. Y'all say, excuse my language, audience, y'all say, fuck the police. What's KRS-One song that came out before that? What's the song called? Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Which one is more intellectual? KRS-One? Or that's the sound of the police? Or fuck the police?
And KRS,
the bitch really suck a good dick.
Mm-hmm.
And all this bitch
that never
niggas.
been heard before until then.
We wasn't rocking with
that. Was outrageous.
And we couldn't say it.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
We couldn't say it. We can't play it for you. I can't play my record for your moms. Or to my sister or my grandmother, none of that. We ain't rhyme like that. And we was nice. Rakim to this day. Ill as Rakim is. Find a curse word in Rakim's songs. And he the greatest. I will say that. Rakim is the greatest rapper of all time. I'll put that out there. Rakim ain't got a curse. Kool Moe Dee got a curse. But now we niggas. And it's not just we niggas with attitudes. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So Cube was a nigga, right? Until he had beef with NWA. So now he on the New York side. Now he America's most wanted. Now he a black man representing for Black America. Right?
All of a sudden.
Because you notice that whenever the gangsters, the fake gangsters, no disrespect, I ain't calling Cuba fake gangster. But you notice the fake gangsters, the fake hard boys. No disrespect to Puff. Puff been Ciroc, yeah, Playboy, living your life, all that. If he wasn't the face of Ciroc, he ain't know it until what? Till he felt them Caucasians was defecating on him. Then what he do? Oh, y'all trying to defecate on the black man. Sued him. Okay, and he won. I heard, allegedly. But you just fought that devil that put you where you at. Now watch what that devil gonna do to you. Boop. Put him where you at. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, like Ice Cube, he ran from NWA. Why you in New York for? To get Hank Shockley, Bomb Squad, and yo, let's do this Public Enemy style. But it's Cube. So Cube get militant black for about what, a year, 2 years?
Didn't last long.
Now he back, gangsters, make the world go round. Now we back on that gangster. But the science is, Cube, you was never gangster, right?
Mm-hmm. Never that.
You ain't never been to jail. I don't know whether you ever sold drugs or not, but far as what I know, Cube is from a reputable family, civilized people. His wife Kim civilized. His babies, they civilized. Everything around him civilized. Cube went to Arizona State College, man. But you on the record saying like CB4, yo, I killed mad niggas, AK-47 in the head. You rhyming other people's lifestyle.
And this is where we at. So now, this is what none of these people know. How did he, after NWA, after being a nigga for life, fall up under the protection of the God and the realms of the God?
Oh, me? When I fought for them, like if y'all seen Straight Outta Compton,
Mm-hmm.
and they showing like it's NWA and they coming down the escalator and it's saying they had a beef.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't, Cube was there, but I don't want to say he ran, but they ran him off like the security.
Mm-hmm.
Myself,
Mm-hmm.
Shorty from the Lynch Mob, rest in peace, that's my brother, my heart. JD Cooper, my brother, my heart. And Jinx. I don't think T-Bone was there, but me, Shorty, JD, and Jinx was fighting above the law. Shout out, rest in peace to the brothers from above the law. And they had about 6 New York dudes with them. So I met Lynch Mob on 42nd Street. This is the old 42nd Street where you can still buy,
Yeah,
you know, smoke shops.
different
And,
world.
right,
Yeah.
Kung Fu movies still out there,
Yeah.
bad. So I'm with the guards, and Lynch Mob is in the store, and they Jerry curl down to their hair. They tatted up. They got white beaters on, Chucks. I mean, they got Dickie shorts on and Chucks. So my man's like, yo, look at Boys in the Hood wasn't out. It's 1990.
Yeah.
So they like, yeah, look at these Jerry curl down. I'm like, whoa, we chill. I already been out to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, chill. These is gang dudes for real.
Mm-hmm.
They call them set trippers. So while I'm telling my man that, Shorty is like, yo, what up? We know the homie King, son. Because I'm already on MTV, BET, so they knew who I was.
And you was with the Rhyme Syndicate too.
Right, and I was with
On the
Rhyme
West Coast.
Syndicate.
Yeah.
And they kind of thought I was a blood because
Yeah.
in 89, I did this a heat up with the
Mhm.
fire truck with Ice-T.
Yeah.
And we had on all red.
Yeah.
Now, ironically, with that video, it's a heat up. Dub C, Aladdin, and Crazy Tunes was there, but they were so cripped out they couldn't be in the video because there was so much red taking place. That what I already knew. So now, when I'm building with Short Dog and I'm building with Lil Shorty, we walking. I said, yo, y'all in Marriott? He was like, yeah. So, yo, we gonna go boom, bang. So I said, yo, I'm gonna turn. I got a room, even though I live in the Bronx, I got a room. So Shorty was like, yo, well, we got beef, you know, We run with Cube. We not rappers. You feel me? We them street dudes. We set trip. But Cube put us on as rappers, you know, to his label so he could get us paid like that, bad, bad. But if you see us squabbling, fall back. Nah, don't worry about it, fam. Look, this New York. If y'all fighting, we fighting. And that's what happened when we walked up in the Marriott. Shorty got into it with one of them dudes. They said, let's go to the bathroom. And that's how they used to jump Cube. They say, let's go to the bathroom to squab up. So when Cube get in the bathroom, they mans block the door and they jump him. That's why he got lynch mob, because they ain't going for that. So they tried that with Shorty. Let's go to the bathrooms. And Shorty was like, yeah, let's go. So while we walk into the bathroom, Shorty just hit one of them. Bah! Then one of them hit Shorty. Bah! Then I hit him. Wow. Some big dude hit me. Wow. It's like, yo, what is blah? And we just was free falling. But when all the bow started, Q got rushed off. Gotcha. So me, JD, Shorty, and Jakes was on the 8th floor in the Marriott squabbling, bow. So then I'm like, yo, F that Zulu. So I said Zulu Nation because, you know, I'm down with Zulu. So B.O. and them came. Now it's locked. So me, JD, and Shorty jump in the cab and we go to Cube Hotel. He talking to Dre on the phone and bow. So they was like, yo, my man King Son hit dudes with a table, like 3 niggas, bow, they wailing. So Dr. Dre is like, yo, what King Son, the rap nigga from New York? Yeah, what he got to do with it? I said, yo, one of them dudes punched me in my face. I was just a bystander. But I wasn't. I got it. I just told Dre that over the phone. And so I said, yo, ain't nobody leaving New York. No airplanes going to LA with no rappers on them. And y'all know I ain't lying. So what they had to do, they had to call Mike Conception. Shout out to Mike Conception. He was a real dude. He flew out here, got with Africa Bambaataa, and squashed it.
Copy.
So, but I before that, I had hit Cube with a tape. And
that's what I was getting ready
right,
to get to.
I had a joint called In Pursuit Uptown. And I did it with Tony D, who was Wise Intelligence and the man down from Trenton, rest in peace. And Tony D had a Jamaican dude come in, and my bridge was the gal wicked, Jamashi Don Juan, suckle down the gal wicked, Jamashi running up and down, trying to gal wicked, living like a sad-faced clown, because I was chasing a girl. So the Jamaican dude in my bridge was the gal wicked. So the next thing you know, I gave Cube the tape. I said, yo, Ice is doing the Syndicate album. You gonna see him? He was like, yeah, hit him with this tape for me. I ain't thinking plagiarism or biting. And then the next time when Cube came out, he got the song, yeah, Wicked. And so I'm listening to about 6 months later, so I'm listening. I'm like, damn. So I'm telling my baby moms, I'm like, yo, why does that sound familiar? She was like, yo, that's from your song, In Pursuit of Time. So I'm like, oh, word. So I called Q. First I called Shorty. Then I called Ice-T. We ain't have cell phones, so we always on 3-way. So, I called Shorty, I called Ice-T, called Mick Benson. Shorty called Cube. Kim answered the phone. She was like, son, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, yeah, I apologize. It was 6 o'clock in New York. But I'm heated now. Cube, when you come to New York, call me and let's sit down. If you don't call me, we got problems. Next thing I heard, he got the Palladium on 14th Street performing. Word, he ain't call me. Word, he don't even got lynch mob. Shorty, what up? Nah, we ain't Cube sitting on us. So I stepped to him at the Palladium. I can't say how it all went down because it's famous names. And y'all know y'all is. Like, he was shocked that how this dude got a mic.
So what I will say to y'all is the famous legacy is that the stage got rushed. And, like the show was pretty much canceled, over with, stopped. Now, this is so very, very important, this whole story. What year was that, God?
That was 93.
So, in 1993, after you and Cube have this situation, what does he do after? Because he was dealing with New York
Well,
up
but
into that
I really,
somewhat.
cause Zulu Nation, Bam, and B.O. told me fall back, and Ice T.
Mhm,
So I fell back, because you always listen to your elders in hip hop.
mhm,
I was just talking to Chuck Chill out today, and I said, yo, I done did some wild things, but if ever Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out, Mr. Magic, any one of my elders, especially a DJ, son chill, you out of pocket, I fall back, because there is like MGT and GCC, Muslim Girl Training, General Civilization class, and also in the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? CAPTAIN and LIEUTANT. What is the meaning of captain and lieutenant? The duty of the captain is to teach the lieutenant. The lieutenant's duty is to teach and also train the private soldiers of Islam. So there is a protocol. So when the brothers that come before me tell me chill, maintain, I chill and I maintain. So that's why I never pushed the issue after that. But we got cool. I moved out to LA and I seen him. I, ran up on him in his dressing room and everything. And we built and, we kept it civilized.
mhm,
But see, it's like, that's what I mean. Like black people, we're so fickle and we so about money. We are whores for money and we fame whores and whores for money. When I look at Ice Cube, the part of him that I disrespect is, did Ice Cube ever make a song called Burn Hollywood Burn?
Sure he did.
With who?
Public Enemy.
And what was that song about?
Tearing down Hollywood and, the
It was about
industry
how
elements.
Hollywood
Yeah.
exploits, right?
Yeah.
But now Cube is a part of Hollywood.
Mhm,
Cube is a part of, I'm not Screen Actors Guild, I think the Oscars or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But Cube got a position, man. So what that audience is gonna say, what y'all gonna call me right now when y'all watch it, oh, he a hater. He just mad he don't got Cube money. He don't. But see, let me ask you a question. You think Chris Tucker ain't put on the spot? Chris Tucker is way far more funnier than what's the boy name? Mike Epps.
mhm.
That boy. Chris Tucker, that's why Mike Epps is in all of them, just trying to eat. Chris Tucker was authentically funny. Why he didn't get back in that? Oh, nah, you ain't fine, Jesus. He went and did Money Talks.
Mhm.
He went and did that other space movie.
Why did he go
He
back to
wasn't
that?
respected.
Mhm,
DJ Pooh wasn't respected. And I mean no disrespect to my West Coast brothers. They know I'm talking the truth. They know where I'm from. I'm from 103rd. I'm from 111th in Wilmington. I'm from 103rd in Grand. I'm from Jordan Down, Grape Street. When I ain't in New York, that's where I live in. And that. Oh, I'm also from Victory and Sepulveda. Shout out to 5150 and the Twins. I'm deep in LA, man. And I don't have to jock nobody for their money. We done did the card thing. If you knew Rich Porter, if you knew AZ, you knew Alpo, you knew Big D, you knew Peter Shue, you knew Mike Tyson, LL ran with Black Chuck. If you knew them, man, we been did that in the 80s. Ain't no Lamborghini, no Bugatti or nothing what. No disrespect when I say the down south brothers. Y'all always big on cars and BBL butt lifts and strippers and all the things that don't matter, big.
Absolutely.
And then when New York, that's how we fell off because we chased it down there. New York was the fashion capital. It was the music capital, the theater capital. Why we lost it? Why we lost it? Because once crack came out and when they stopped caring, sold it out. Let's run to Atlanta or let's run to Miami. We ain't moved to Miami when Scarface came out. 83.
The song, the album, The Sun Rises on the East, but it sets on the West. What year did that come out?
No, you mean righteous but ruthless.
Huh?
Righteous but ruthless. My first album is King Son XL.
No, that was Ice Cube's album.
Oh, Ice Cube album was some Rising East and Sets on the West?
The sun rises on the east, but it sets on the west.
I have no idea of
This
that
came
album.
out after You and His Situation. Also, after You and His Situation, he came out with Bow Down. When you come to my town, bow down. When you West Coast bound.
I can assure you,
You was unaware of that.
I was unaware of that, but
Yeah.
none of that had nothing to do with me.
All of that came out after you, but it wasn't necessarily you. It was towards the East Coast, because again, that's a bold statement. The sun rises on the east, but it sets on the west.
But see, at that time, I ain't go to live out in LA. I ain't go to live out in LA till like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he wasn't popping that when I was out there, cause
It
you
was
know what I
different
mean?
then. That was different. 2009. This was before Pac. This was before Pac, before the East Coast, before the
So I think I probably was living
Biggie
my
came.
life. I think that's when I was with my Asian girlfriend. So, I was in a house in the Benz, and I probably wasn't even focusing on
The
that.
point of that is, for my generation, who we were the ones glued on
Knowledge
everything
in
that
that,
was
right?
going on with hip hop. That is when we started to experience distaste with the West. We didn't really, we thought NWA was cool. Well, you had the Tim Dog thing, you know what I'm saying? But
Right. And even he, rest in peace,
more
he sold
comical.
out.
Yeah, that was more comical.
Easy E came over here. We was in the club
Yeah,
downtown.
we didn't say when he came out with that fuck LA dudes or fucking it was comical.
Right.
But when it started with Ice Cube, it was, oh, we're being insulted. And then
Because brothers like that give you their Allah self-savior, give you their ass to kiss.
and then
Once you get comfortable, and when one see this is also what happens, man. For the brothers and sisters out there, man. It's like we are so asphyxiated on money and having money, and money is gonna solve all our problems, and money, 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 money. That we feel like we good. Oh, I ain't never gonna see him. And I'm gonna say this in the interview. Y'all notice you just saw me diss Mike Epps, right? I was in a situation and Mike Epps said he had my back. When I called Mike Epps, you know what Mike Epps said to me? I said, "Peace, Mike. King Son, what up?" Mike Epps said, "Fuck you, King Son," and hung up his phone.
what?
Then I looked at the text message. He said, "You old nigga." This was just in February. Now let me tell you about Mike Epps.
You wait up, that's real?
This real. This just happened. February 23rd. Let me tell you about Mike Epps from Indiana. Mike Epps was a comedian. He ran with Rudy Ray, Mike B, Mike Yard, Mike Epps, and all Drew and all them. All the comedians, they knew me and my man Mook, and we knew them. Mike Epps fell on hard times, man. He on drugs. He's staying in Brooklyn. He's staying in Jersey. We putting this dude in girls' houses. We vouching for him. He stealing from him. He on drugs. He on crack. Blah, blah. We ain't know this, but we still holding him down. And he know I held him down. Word is born. He admitted he was telling Ice-T, Tretching on him last year this time. How much King Son looked out. King Son the homie. When I called that brother, man, that brother said, fuck you, King Son, and hung up his phone and text me, you old nigga. Now the shit is, Mike Epps is 1 year younger than me.
I was about to say he's young.
Mike Epps is 1 year younger than me, man. So I say all that to say this, man. Like all you brothers running around, chasing the Caucasian man, trying to sit at that table. You got so much money. What you worth about? 75 million. Bill Cosby was worth more than that. They took it away. R. Kelly was worth more than that. They'd take it away. So keep that penis, keep that white penis in your mouth. Make sure you stay a good nigga and don't get out of line. But one thing what you know about the God King Son, I don't got to bow down. I don't got to answer. I don't got to worry about getting canceled by nobody. And that's what you call true and living God, man. All right?
Did you ever have any relationship with Tupac? Did you ever meet him, being that you was back and forth and you was the guy that
Actually,
he
I was
looked
the
up to?
first one to diss Tupac.
Please break that.
You ain't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
There's a song out there called All Eyes on Sun. It's called California. Now, when that whole beef popped off, everybody probably already know this. When the beef popped off, right? What it looked like to us in the audience at the Source Awards was that Pac, you know, Death Row, Suge, everybody swole.
You was there.
Yeah, well, I was there. I'm in like the fourth row.
Say no more. Okay.
So, you know, all that's going on, and we knew it's some Puff Suge joint, whatever. But, you know, when Snoop out there, oh, New York don't love Death Row? Nah, nigga, we don't. And like LA don't love New York. But Snoop from Long Beach. He ain't from Inglewood. He ain't from where it's really set trippers at that time. It might be now. But New York don't love Death Row, and you ain't got no New York dudes with you. Chill, Bow Wow. We like your music, but the same thing in LA. And in LA, it's more extra cause set trippers and gangbangers, and y'all chime in if I'm wrong. Set trippers, gangbangers, and real gang dudes don't like rappers. East or West Coast, they don't like actors, and they don't like fake dudes. Chime in and let my man Big know if I'm lying.
Got you.
Because you already know I lived out there. Shout out to PJ Watts, Imperial Courts, Jordan Downs. Shout out to all of them right there. Shout out to the Jungles. Shout out to 40s, 60s, and all of them. Shout out to Queen City. Y'all already know King Son been out there. Y'all see me on Crenshaw. But anyway, LA don't like, that's what happened with Big. I don't know who did it or what did it. I got tested and watched. Cause the OG, the Debo of the neighborhood in Watts, thought I was a Wu-Tang dude. He knocked my Yankee hat off. Shout out to my man Wilbo. He know I ain't pussy now. Yo, I stood up like, yo. Nah, man, that Wu-Tang shit ain't going on around here. I was like, nigga, Wu-Tang, what? Let's go. He's like, yo, run that watch. I'm like, what? Oh, this is where it's going. I'm being raw right now? No, let's go. So the HUD was like, yo, Will, boy, that's the God. Who you with? I said, yo, I'm with me. Who you with? Who you know? I say, yo, I know the God, Allah Zigzag Zig. He paused. Oh, you know Zig? Yeah, I know Zig. That's my brother. Hey, Zig. Zig was like, yo, that's the guy. He ain't no Wu-Tang nigga, man. You need to be easy right now. That's King's son. Escalated. De-escalated. And shout out, like I said, Wilbo, shout out to the guy. He my man now, but he know a few times I was stalking him. Like, you knock my Yankee hat off, nigga. I'm gonna have to punch you in the face.
Yeah,
I'm
no
gonna sneak
doubt.
him, but my man Spider was like, nah, because once you rock him, you out here, and whether we got you or not, it's gonna be gunplay, and so just let him get that off.
Yeah.
So I had to let him get it off. But yeah, man. But like I said, now back to the Pac thing. We in the audience, and it looked to us like Pac was dissing Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest. So that's when he was like, yo, and Pac was cool with him, and when he run with Tretch, the Dear Mama, Brenda got a baby Pac. That's Pac. We love him, the actor and the rapper Pac. When he got with Death Row, all that cockiness is like, yo, man, you're punching in your face, man. So when that whole thing popped off and everything, I jumped up. I ran backstage. I'm with Sam Cassell and Faith. You can watch the tape and you can see after that happened, Faith and Sam Cassell went and gave an award. I'm standing there, so Snoop was coming my way to get off the stage. But when he saw me standing there, he dipped in the curtain. Like he ain't come all the way to me. Guess he must have thought I was gonna do something. So I was like, nah, it wasn't like that. Snoop ain't do nothing, but we was gonna get that Pac. Rest in peace. So Biggie is sitting backstage in like a big ass chair, like the ones you be sitting in on the set. I said, yo, Big, you heard what this dude just said? Snoop Dogg? Big was like, nah, what he had said, he smoked up. I said, Puff, yo, Puff, you heard what Suge and them niggas saying out there? Nah, what'd he say, Playboy? What'd he say? And they was just corn. So we go, I get with the guard. Yo, God, we getting these niggas. So we run out the Palladium out the front. What happened? They closed the gate. They closed the gate. So now the next day, I'm going to record for Funkmaster Flex Volume 3. Right? So we in D&D Studios. So I'm there with Flex and everything. So Flex, I'm going to do his joint. Like, so son, yo, you was there last night. I was like, yeah, man, shit was wild, whatever. Flex said, yo, what you would have said? And I went off the top. So when I went off the top, it's like, that's another thing. When I rhyme, I count. So I know when I'm coming to the 16. So I hit with a yippee-ki-yay, use a real California motherfucker say. Yippee-ki-yay. Phony motherfuckers go out that way. Who shot you? No, it wasn't me. But I was just wilding, right? So Funkmaster Flex was DJ. He was cutting it. But it was a Mark 45 King, rest in peace. It was one of his beats. So we rocking it. Doo-Wop from the Bounce Squad comes and like, yo, let me put that on my mixtape. I said, all right, fuck it. You know, I'm thinking he gonna put it on his mixtape. He went and pressed up a record. So me, Naughty by Nature, and I think Benzine on them, we was up in Boston doing the show on a yacht. So Doo-Wop was there. He gave me 2 vinyls. I'm like, All Eyes on Sun, what's this? Yo, check it out. I had dude play it. It was like, and it was the shit we did in the studio. Like, yo, bruh, this wasn't no record. Like you said, a mixtape, nigga. You handed me vinyl. To this day, shout out to Doo-Wop, but I'm still smack the shit out you. You better have some money for me. You keep laughing like it ain't happening. I got. Anyway, so that's what happened, right? I dissed Tupac the next day.
I did not know that. I can't wait to listen to that.
But you listen, hey, bring that up. California. Just bring it up on your phone or my phone, so I'm gonna just let him get a little taste, just for y'all know. All Eyes on Son, and he called it Doo Wop and Son Doula. Trying to disguise it. Nigga, I'm King Son. Nobody don't even know you outside the Bronx. But you put Doo Wop and Son Doula and pressed it up. Nah, it ain't do nothing. What you mean? What you thought it was going? If it's soul, son, what you thought? You don't want me to hurt you, Wop. You don't want me to hurt you, man. But see, a lot of people think, man, cause you a big dude. See, I ain't no disrespect to Shaquille O'Neal neither. A lot of times you see big dudes and they laughing and they goofy and they doofy and all that. That could be a misconception. I might share California, All Eyes on Son, man.
This is a
But yeah, I wanted you to hear to the
yeah.
I did just
Yeah.
hear to the end. I mean, not the end, but
And we know Suge is pimping them hoes on death row. You acting like you want to beef, but talking below. You ain't a real thug, you's a real California. Yippee-ki, yippee-ki, yippee-ki-yay. A real California motherfucker, I say.
This is, man, I'm gonna be rocking this to the bitter stuff. Yeah,
all right, that's all. I just wanted you to hear the.
yo, I'm
Now look,
furious
you
now.
see how dope that shit was?
Why was that?
Because it was never supposed to be recorded.
So that's why
It
we
wasn't
never
a
heard
record.
it. That's why we never heard
Right.
it like that.
Pac heard that and was like, yo, big homie, why you in there on me? He was like, yo, I ain't even gonna lie. I said, nah, Pac, it was hip hop. I said, yo, cause what you did to Tribe, and he told us what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it was no love. I'm like, yo, we ain't know. He was like, yo, homie, bye, bye, bye. And we was good. Doo Wop pressed that record. That's why Pac ain't got no records dissing me.
Got you.
He mentioned me in one song, I think it's War Games, where he said, he's like, fuck that, Jay-Z, he dissed Jay-Z or something. Then he said, ask King Son how it feel to be missing. And I'm like, oh, did somebody kidnap me or something like that? But, you know.
That so from what I just heard again,
I went in on all of them.
and that's so crazy because I have been argued with to this day. They jump on my case and say that and I'm so angry because I tell them, if you not listen, man, if you ain't 48 years old, at least you are not even qualified to have this conversation.
Right.
I said then, and I'm sure you saw the whole big thing with Tech, you know what I'm saying, the whole argument,
Right.
you know, with those guys. I said, I said, period. There was a group of New York guys that at that time felt you guys were traitors because of the whole situation. They said they never heard of that before. And people say they never heard that there was a beef between New York and Tupac, that was between Bad Boy and Death Row. And I'm saying, no, it was not.
It was
that was way much bigger, and it was directed at New York guys.
Right.
And I was one of those New York soldiers at that time, and I know how I felt. And we wear chuckers, not ballies. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's right.
See, because he felt New York betrayed him when he got incarcerated up in Dannemora.
But that wasn't the truth.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's
That
what
wasn't
was
the
fed
truth.
to him. That's when I said, how you making movies, selling records, doing tours, then be up in Dannemora scrubbing other niggas' drawers? When you
I'm gonna
I went all the way in
man,
on
I
him.
can't wait, man.
But rest in peace.
Yeah, no,
I know
exactly.
he was a good brother.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mo Preem, which is my brother. Mo Preem is my.
But
see that whole Suge Knight Death Row thing, that spoiled him, like turned him bitter. Because see, it's like Suge is a big dude, and Suge wasn't really no gang dude. He employed them gang dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's no disrespect to Suge, but he'll never shake me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, all that, what's Wilson Fisk?
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil smoking a cigar. I'm a Tessa Gator. I'm a Tessa Lion, all that. So we ain't never had that. I ain't never had no animosity with Suge. You feel me? But when I went out there, I know murderers. I know set trippers. I know brothers that just ride. And as soon as I go to LA, I call them to be like, yo, where y'all gonna be? Because I need to go get something to eat. Nah, big homie. Soon as you pull up, we got you.
Man, this is so much. I'm gonna give you some history you don't think I remember either.
Yeah.
Shout out to this brother too. I love KRS-One. You remember
When I rushed them.
and you made him? I was there with all of that. We was sitting and you had him apologize. You had him apologize about the, you know what I'm saying, the
Yeah,
disrespect.
man. I
The
love you,
disrespect to
Big.
the
You
nation.
right.
Come on, you
See,
come on now.
the
You know what I'm
science
saying?
was, KRS-One, that's the God. I love him. And, boom, bang. But he did that article in the source called Destroying Bill, and he was like this.
Mhm.
And he was destroying Bill. First, I look at the title. Our mathematics is Bill and Destroy. So he's saying Destroying Bill. I'm like, okay, let's see what he's saying. So he said, yo, I have no qualms with Clarence 13X Smith and the
But need
5%
to learn
Nation.
more or something.
But all that shit about the black man is God is bullshit to me. That's where in the movie you heard the rest. Yo, God. Yo, God. I call Melquan, Shabazz, I call Allah Just, RZA, I call everybody, yo.
Born Justice.
Yo, God, he gonna be born just like, yo, God, chill. Just go build with him. This KRS-One. I'm not hands on in this. I'm going. And I'm gonna get him. So we get down there, and Kenny Parker is kind of like, Kenny Parker might be 6'8", but he's a big dude.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. But Kenny Parker, they peace brothers.
Mhm.
So I'm going down there with the animosity. And Kenny Parker's son, come on, man, you the God. You know we with the weed, that's whack. We ain't say that. And then they wouldn't let me in because I was rah-rah. So Melquan, Shabazz, and the Law Justice, which is Jizza from Wu-Tang, they went in, they had the bell. So when he came out, now I'm in the club. So he was like, yo, the Source magazine's bullshit. They misquoted me. I never said that. Yo, King Son, we respect the gods and I love you, brother, and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So, but I sometimes
And
tell
he
that
went on
story.
record and actually went on record and
Right.
corrected it.
He corrected it. He
Yeah.
said it live and direct.
Yeah.
See, what you young listeners and the people that might be watching this interview don't understand, man. You look at us like we in our 40s, our 50s, and our 60s, like, oh, you old and you ain't relevant. I'm to this 5% nation right here, I'm more relevant than you can ever know. I'm more relevant than Jesus is in your life. You understand? To real hip hop, I'm more relevant than anything you ever know. I don't gotta be the flavor of the month. Hip hop said that. Black Sheep said that. You the flavor of the month. That means for them 15 days or them 2 weeks, you the hot flavor. Next month, it's gonna be somebody else. So if you trying to live life with longevity, man, you find a point in your life where you find a principle that lasts long, and you become a part of that cause, man. I don't care about you Kendrick Lamar's hot and you just mad because you ain't and Drake is hot and blah blah. You notice you don't see Russians doing that, Chinese, Jews, white people. You don't see nobody doing that. Why black people? Why we the only ones doing it? Because we corny, and when that slave master made us slaves, he made y'all some hell of a niggas. The Minister Farrakhan will tell you, man. Hell of a niggas. You feel me? So understand that, man. Like, I take a cause, my cause gonna move. My cause is gonna stay relevant. I don't need to be relevant like 50 Cent. I don't need to be relevant like Rick Ross or Kendrick Lamar or, you know, I'm relevant where I need to be relevant at, man. So stop looking at us, man, when we build and we do things like this. Oh, Biggie the greatest. Oh, Tupac was blah, blah, blah. If Biggie was the greatest, did Biggie rhyme better than Pac? Yes or no?
Of course.
Biggie Smalls rhymed better than Tupac?
If I look at it on a lyrical level, I would say he rhymed better. But if I take content, it was Tupac.
But hip hop is based on content.
It's based on content.
Big had a delivery, so that's what I'm trying to
No, you
say.
said rhyme, so I would like the rhyme thing.
Tupac was prolific.
Yeah, but content, making content, what hip hop is about, it was Tupac, of course.
Dear Mama.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the greatest songs of all time. That's
Mm-hmm.
Oscar nominated. Not you better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go.
Yeah,
that's an Oscar song.
Yeah, rap music.
Tupac, Dear Mama don't got no Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't play them games, man. Them games ain't for us, man. I don't jump through no hoops, man, for no Caucasians or no dollar bills. Know that, man. And don't try to say, oh, he hating, he mad, or he going to flip burgers. We the original black people. We know our history. We study our history. We live our lives. We fight for our women. We protect our women. We teach our babies. You do what we got to do, man. We not here to entertain you. Even though I'm an entertainer, I'm not here to entertain you. I took one word from KRS-One. Edutainment. We educate you by entertaining you. No one understand that, man. That's Phil, big. Damn, it's like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm about to finish it up. Yeah, I'm about to finish it up.
I mean, we
This
could
is
do a
so
part
great.
2.
Yeah, we have to. But
all right, so
finish
yeah,
up
I
the
think
top.
I could get Have to shoot me back down.
Yeah, the key thing. No, I take you.
I came from Kentucky. I drove out.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I got a 10-hour drive back to the sticks with the hillbillies and the hicks to do what we got to do to make sure it fits. And if it just don't fit, then it won't be right.
2 more that
I was freestyling, so you cut me off for the night. Go ahead.
2 more that the world definitely I gotta get in there because they're gonna think.
Bill.
The relevance of the Nation of Gods and Earths on hip hop. There was a time where I was a kid with you and we had a conversation and I told you, you know, that we was at a show. It could have been Parliament. It could have been Hot Tracks. It was one of those.
It might have been one of them. Yeah, we
and
trying to build
everyone was there, and no one was getting along. And I was building what you're saying, God. Right now, every relevant person that is in hip hop is coming up under us. If we don't get some type of control of this now, in the future, we're gonna lose the control.
Indeed.
And it happened. You may want to elaborate on that because I don't even think they understand.
Nah, you built on it like, see, when you deal, see, in the late 80s, like I said, in the L school, before the Nas's, the AZs, the Uncle Murders, and all them cats like that, you know, you had G-Rap, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. I really don't even think like LL or KRS-One could be on that Mount Rushmore. They might not like it, but I'm going to say this is my Mount Rushmore. Kool G-Rap. He came first. Rakim. No. All right. Wait. Let me rewind. Not sure who came first, but Kool G-Rap, MC Shan, Rakim, then Big Daddy Kane. See, a lot of people try to disrespect Shan. You know, Shizzle, whether Shan is the God, he my man. For one, he God body. But, you know, he fell off to the side, whatever. But did you and did your listeners ever know, remember that white boy Snow?
Yeah, of course.
Informer.
Yeah.
Did you know that Shan did that whole album?
No.
He wrote it and produced it.
Wow. And that was
I
live
heard that
after.
Snow album a year before it came out. And Shan played it for me. We went to Church Ave to get some. We was at Fly Tie crib. We in Church Ave in Medina, Brooklyn. Right? So we in Church Ave and we in Shan little van and we pumping. Shan said, "Yo, I'm about to get paid." He said, "Yo," so he playing the Snow joint for me. So while I'm listening and he's playing Lonely, Lonely, Lonely Monday Morning, and I didn't have no company. So I'm like, all right. Then he play Informer, you know, for Daddy Snow Me, I go play oh, you better clear the runway. Aye. So I'm like, damn, son, he hot. He said, yo, you know who that is? I said, nah. He said, don't. I said, nah, I know he said he's Jamaican. I said, yeah, of course he's Jamaican. Shan said, nah, this is a white boy from Canada. Shan said, I wrote all of this and produced the music.
Wow.
And when Snow came out, wow, that's why I like that. Daddy Yankee used Shan joint. And if you go back and listen to MC Shan, brother, you feel me? Like, Karis One didn't really win that battle. We just, because he came with that yard style, that tenor sound beat, right? My brethren. Hey, yo, what's his name? You know that tenor sound? Dun, 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 dun. You know that's tenor sound beat. He came with that and hit him with the bridges over. But if you listen to MC Shan, Kill That Noise, boy, I helped pioneer this. And Shan is ill, man. So if you got Cool G Rap, you got MC Shan, then you got Rakim, who Shan mixed the Rakim joint. And then you got Kane. That's everybody hip hop top four. That's the Mount Rushmore. So I say that to say the question was, I'm long winded, so bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
The question was, what was the question that you asked me again?
Yeah, I'll throw it off too. It's
All right.
good. I was already in my mind
I'm a
on the
bit,
next
but oh
question.
no. Anyway, like no, with the Kane and the Rakim and the gods. So you got Big Daddy Kane and you got Rakim. So you know they both the gods, but Kane is a bit more prevalent and hands on. Like Kane will come with the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when he came to me for knowledge itself, you know, I introduced him into it. When he came at me, he wanted King Asiatic, nobody's equal. I was like, nah, that's not how this works.
The relevance of the nation
Right.
on hip hop.
So, you know, like if you ask Kane, he'll say like, yo, I was his enlightener. But, you know, I introduced him and I brought him in. You know what I mean?
You gave him the
But
knowledge.
I gave him knowledge itself, right. But I told him what we'll do is we'll deal with King Asiatic law. But whenever I talk to Kane, and shout out to my little brother Shane, you know I love Shane. Shout out to Mr. Clay, his father just had a birthday, Kane. And King Asiatic Allah, I call him King Allah. But still a fan, even though I was out before him, been on tour with him, still a fan. But Kane and Rakim is different people. If I had to bet on a Rakim or a Kane, without a question, I'm gonna put it on Kane. Because I speak the truth. I know Kane. You feel me? Rakim is swift and changeable. If you swift and changeable, you can't build a foundation on it. Kane is more of a solid. Kane is dark matter, so you can build on that. Rakim is more on light, so light is energy and not matter or solid. So that's how when you was manifesting to bring it all together. But that was that time. In this particular day and time right now, and again, I say this with no disrespect to the Wu-Tang Clan or Lord Jamar or Busta Rhymes, as I'm quoting these names. I'm not hating on these brothers' lifestyles or nothing because I'm content with being the God, son born, King's son. You understand? I'm content being able to build. I'm content with being Power Bill, 58 years old. I don't got diabetes, high blood pressure. I'm not a felon. My credit score is like 710, 720. That's God, man. Those are the things. Muhammad Ali is my godfather. I'm still striving to change the nation song from Peace Almighty Allah. You know what I want to change the song to?
That I'm very interested because that song is a lot of
Greatest
history.
Love of All. Muhammad Ali's theme song. You know that song?
Yeah, of course.
I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a strength of pride and make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. But the most important of that song is I decided long ago that never to walk in nobody's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, all that money, house, cars, everything they got puffed for, you can never take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is inside of you. That's God body, man. You can't put a price on loyalty, respect, or dignity, man. Keep living how y'all living out there, man. Keep looking for the views. And I mean, I know you need views and likes. That's the whole
I don't
point of
get 'em.
this game. But keep posting what you eat, where you live. Keep posting black girls fighting, pulling their wigs out in Walmart, shooting each other. Keep posting black people fighting each other and all down south in Atlanta, punching each other in the corner store and all that. Pony keg. Keep doing all that, man. All that's temporary, man. Knowledge of self, respect, loyalty, dignity. That's the concrete. Those are the things that last forever, man.
And as you can obviously see the similarity, this is the people who I came up under. When you hear me speak and you see Bigger World, this is the people and the brothers who raised me, who I came up under. I hope I'm giving a good example for them out here. But yeah, this is what it's about.
Hey, Big, since you the God, this is what we gonna do, man. Like I said to the wilderness of North America, young brothers and sisters, I'm a little long-winded because I got a lot to say. I build. You might not want to nowadays, especially y'all young, y'all abbreviating words. IDK rather than saying I don't know. That's 3 syllables. I don't know. But you still gonna put IDK. You're not knowing how to spell. You're what you're doing, you're miseducating yourself. But Big, this is what we gonna do, man. All right. If you want to put this part out, you want to put this out. I'm gonna say, give me a week or two. I'm gonna see if you know, uh, probably about next week, 2 weeks. We're gonna do part 2 to this interview because
Absolutely.
we can't capture it
There's
at
no
all.
way. No way.
We can't capture it all. And this is my younger brother. You know,
Absolutely.
I watch the God interview. I look at his understanding, and like the father taught us, when you look at a black man, you looking at God. So I got a lot of brothers that's God.
Mm-hmm.
But this is that 420 interview. So y'all probably be smoked up watching this. King Son bugging, Bigga. I got a lot more to say. And we might turn you off with the bill that we got.
Oh yeah.
But I
'Cause we
got
ain't get
I
into
got
all of that.
drama for you. I got some drama. So in part 2 of the King's Son interview, I'm gonna hit y'all with some drama. I'm gonna hit you with some Fat Joe drama. I'm gonna hit you with some Ice Cube drama. I'ma hit you with. I'ma tell y'all who I beat up, who I shook up. Yeah, I mean, who I had hemmed up, who was scared to death. We gonna say that for part 2, but I just had to do this bill with my brother Bigga
Absolutely.
to let y'all know that, I ain't on drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I bill. I ain't a felon. I got a good credit score. I got 9 babies. I'm only cool with like 3 of them, Savior, Majesty, and Born Asia, my little youngest daughter. But the rest of them, they can do what they do. I brought you here. You feel me? So I'm saying this to all y'all young kids too. When you got beef with your parents and this, that, and the third, no one understand, man. We brought you here, especially fathers. Fathers get no love, but you came from that man's sperm, not that egg. So give the fathers some respect, man. I'm a father. I love my babies. My name is Sunborn. I got 9 planets, but I really got only 3 active. So I got my Mercury, my Venus, and my Earth. You feel me? So with that being said, we ain't gonna say peace. We gonna say tune in to part 2 of the interview with the God King's son and Bigga, and check us out.
Much love, everybody. This here is awesome. Rewind it. He gave so much information, you need to listen to it a second time and you'll catch stuff that you didn't catch.
And we still ain't done.
Peace.
Go out and see if you can buy this book right here. Right? See if you can buy this book. Let me know if you bought it, all right? In the name of Allah, King's son, Sunborn. It's a book of life for those that don't know about the book, all right?
And definitely shout out to Cass and the Henny Boys. I'm so proud of y'all. The new addition to the bigger picture. Everybody tune in and watch Cass Casual Talk with Cass and the Henny Boys.
And what I want to say is, man, I want to say peace to the 5% Nation of Islam. I want to say peace to the Nation of Islam. I want to say peace to the nation of gods and earths. And I want to say peace to all my brothers that they call us the Muslim gods, Wakil Allah, Shahid Im Allah, Ramel Allah, Shamel Allah, myself, Sunborn, Knowledge Born Mustafa, Hanif Islord, Supreme Man. Shout out to all the gods, the Nation of Islam, and we're going to be back to educate y'all, so stay tuned.